Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog, and today I have another book tag for you, and it is Build Your Own Summer Book Tag by BookBreak. If you haven't seen BookBreak's channel, I'll put a link below this video. They have a really good channel and do really fun tags, so of course I'm doing another one. And as it is summer, we're discussing the summer book tag. Now the idea of this is you create your own summer holiday using characters and places from the books you have read. Before we get into this book tag, don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Alright, let's get into this book tag with question number 1. Which book location would you pick? So for this, I'm going to go to The Realm of the Gods in Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. This is a really good book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend. I'll put a link above to the book review of this now. This is a retelling of the Mid-Autumn legend. It is so good, but it's based in the Realm of the Gods, which is a really cool place. It's all built around Asia, so it's loads of temples, gorgeous gardens, all the nice robes, and the weather sounds real nice, and obviously the food. So we're going here because I want the food. But let me read you guys the blurb from this one if you haven't already read this. Raised on the moon, Jingying was unaware she was being hidden from the celestial emperor, who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. But when her magic flares and Jingying's existence is discovered, she is forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless, and afraid, Jingying makes her way to the celestial kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. In disguise, she trains alongside the Emperor's son, mastering archery and magic, despite the passion which flames between them. To rescue her mother, Jingying embarks on a quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies. But when forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, Jingying must challenge the ruthless Emperor, leaving her torn between losing all she loves or plunging the realm into chaos. So where are we going on holiday? We're going to the Realm of the Gods. Question number 2. Which book character would you bring along? So for this, we're going to bring Nanny Ogg from Terry Pratchett's Weird Sisters. Doesn't have to be from this book. Nanny Ogg is in various other books. I've got so many reviews. The links are below me now. I've reviewed so many of the Witches Abroad books. Highly recommend. I would take Nanny Ogg partly because it would be hilarious, because it's always fun when Nanny Ogg is involved, and also she gets what she wants, so I can just tag along with that and get the same things. Yeah? Is that okay? If you haven't read this book, I'll read you guys the blurb. Witches are not by nature gregarious, and they certainly don't have leaders. Granny Weatherwax was the most highly regarded of the leaders they didn't have. But even she found that meddling in royal politics was a lot more difficult than certain playwrights would have you believe. Weird Sisters is the 6th novel in the Discworld sequence, the funniest fantasy series ever. I love that claim, but it is also a very funny series. So we're going to go to the Realm of the Gods, and we're going with Nanny Ogg. Number 3. Which character's wardrobe would you borrow? So for this, I'm going to steal the wardrobe of Loch Lamora. This is from The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. If you haven't read this book, Loch Lamora is in a band of thieves, and they have a wardrobe of dreams. They can dress how they like, they can wear what makeup they like, they can change their accents, their languages. These aren't just normal thieves, guys. These are the head of thieves. So by taking their wardrobe with me, I can basically wear whatever I feel like on the day. If I feel like wearing the fancy outfit of thieving things with the black trousers and tied tight around the ankles, I can wear that. If I want to go in a ball gown, I can go in that. You name it, these guys probably have it. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend. I don't actually have a book review of it, but I'll read you guys the blurb now. The Thorn of Camor is said to be an unbeatable swordsman, a master thief, a friend to the poor, a ghost that walks through walls. Slightly built and barely competent with a sword, Loch Lamora is, much to his annoyance, the fabled Thorn. And while Loch does indeed steal from the rich, who else would be worth stealing from, the poor never see a penny. All of Loch's gains are strictly for himself and his tight-knit band of thieves, the Gentleman Bastards. The capricious, colourful underworld of the ancient city of Camor is the only home they've ever known, but now a clandestine war is threatening to tear it apart. Caught up in a murderous game, Loch and his friends are suddenly struggling just to stay alive. If you haven't read this book, seriously, read it. It is a 3-book series and I absolutely loved it. It's so good. But yeah, so we are going to the Realm of the Gods. We're taking Nanny Ogg, and I'm taking Loch Lamora's wardrobe. Number 4. Which character would you invite for dinner and drinks? Now for this, I can't show you the book because my nana has stolen it to read, but we are going to go with Marinus from Slade House by David Mitchell. Slade House is a really cool short storied horror, but at the end, Marinus, I'm not going to tell you too much, is a main character who comes in, and I want to go to dinner with her. I want to know how they are immortal, how they keep being reborn, and just so many questions for Marinus, right? So I'm going to take them to dinner and find out what they do. If you haven't seen my book review on Slade House, that link is above me now. I won't read you guys the blurb because I haven't got the book on me. But if you want the blurb, go to that book review now. So we are going to the Realm of the Gods. We're taking Nanny Ogg. We are taking Lochlamara's wardrobe. And I'm taking Marinus from Slade House to dinner. Number 5. Which character would you have a summer romance with? Now, this was actually a really hard question for me because obviously I'm in a very happy, comfortable relationship, so I'm not taking anyone out for a romantic dinner. And I don't really look at the characters in the book in that way. But I did eventually decide, gonna probably get a lot of questions on this one, but I'm gonna take Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. Bear with me on this, right? Sam is just lovely. He's all cuddly, he does gardening, he's obviously a good chef, so gonna get some good food in that. And he's just lovely. Why wouldn't you want to go for dinner with this guy? He's just nice. I think there are various stages you go through in terms of who you fancy in books, and when you're really young, you always want Legolas, then you grow into Aragorn, and then when you hit a certain age, I think for me anyway, I just settle straight in to comfortable hobbit life. Yeah, I'm gonna have a romantic time with Samwise Gamgee. Does this book even have a blurb? Do I need to read you the blurb? We all know what this book is. Super old book smell. Not only is this book renowned for obviously having a lot in there, it has a massive synopsis, but I think I can use this as the blurb instead. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne. In the land of Mordor where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. Really, we don't need a synopsis or anything for this book. If you haven't read Lord of the Rings, what are you doing? We're taking Samwise Gamgee. We're going to the Realm of the Gods. We're taking Nanny Ogg with us. We're taking Lochlamara's wardrobe. I'm taking Marinus from Slade House to dinner. And I'm going to have a summer romance with Samwise Gamgee. Number 6. Of everyone you've brought on your trip so far, who is most likely to lose their passport? Nanny Ogg. But bear with me, she's not going to lose her passport because it's Nanny Ogg. She just wouldn't have one to begin with. So Nanny Ogg is not going to have a passport because it's Nanny Ogg. They don't need a passport because no one gets in the way of a witch. So when she wants to get on that plane, or however, I guess we're going to go on a cloud actually to get to the Realm of the Gods, no one's going to question that. They're just going to do it because Nanny Ogg says to. So Nanny Ogg's not only going to lose her passport, she's just not going to have one. And then finally, number 7, which book would you bring? So the book I'm going to take to read on our lovely little holiday is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This book is a Japanese bestseller and I still haven't read it. I will very soon. But I'm going to take this because it's a short read. I don't know about you guys, but it depends on the holiday I'm on. I'm normally busy exploring. I'm busy seeing where I'm visiting. So I don't always get that much time to read. If I'm going to have a reading holiday, I'll generally just stay home and just sit and read in the garden or, in bed or the sofa. So when I'm abroad, easy to take a small book, and if I finish it, I can get more. They've got loads of interesting scrolls in the Realm of the God. I'll be good. But let me read you guys the blurb for this one. Are you listening? Kazu continued. When you return to the past, you must drink the entire cup before the coffee goes cold. I don't actually like coffee much. Kazu opened her eyes wider and brought her face an inch or so from the tip of Fumiko's nose. This is the one rule you have to absolutely obey, she said in a low voice. I feel like they're not going to obey that rule, just an inkling. And that's it for this awesome book tag by BookBreak. Thank you guys so much for watching. To recap, on our summer vacation, we are going to go to the Realm of the Gods in The Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. We are going to go on holiday with Nanny Ogg from Terry Pratchett's the Weird Sisters or any of the witch books in the Discworld series. We are going to take the wardrobe of Loch Lamora from The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. We are going to have dinner with Marinus from Slade House by David Mitchell. We're going to have a summer romance with Samwise Gamgee from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. Naniog is going to lose or not have their passport. And I'm going to take Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi to read on our holiday. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram or Tumblr. I post your own bookish pictures as well as writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!